job is not finished, what is there to celebrate? No, the context he used it in was in the NBA final in 2009, game 2, they won, but he didn't seem like he was happy. And so the reporter asked him, why aren't you happy? And he said those famous lines, job is not finished, what is there to celebrate? Now, Kobe Bryant in general is one of my favorite influential person I've always looked up to. Rest in peace to him. And I feel like his mindset is always something that I relate to, because a lot of people tell me, oh, celebrate the small wins. Give yourself some props for the journey you've been in so far. You've done this, you've done that, you should be proud of yourself. And the way how I see it is, why am I celebrating the small win if I haven't achieved the goal I was trying to achieve in the first place? I'm not there yet. No, I get it. It was my mindset for 2025 every single time. Every single time I achieved something that I should be proud of myself for, I would brush it off and I would tell myself, job is not finished. I'm not where I need to be. And it's a great mindset. Like, in my opinion, if you have that mindset and you feel like you should be able to celebrate the small wins, don't. Rephrase it. Don't celebrate the small wins. The way how you should celebrate things should not be, oh, because you achieved a 90% in your exam, let's go drink for the rest of the night. That kind of sounds useless in my personal opinion. But what I came to understand this year is the destination is where you want to be, right? And you pushing off happiness to that point of your life. So you're never happy in the present moment. You're always pushing happiness to a certain point in the future. And once you reach that, you get disappointed because the happiness is not there, or it doesn't last as long as you would think it is. Let's take an example. You want a car, right? You've been hustling every single day, saving up to buy that specific car. Once you buy the car, the dopamine you get after you buy the car lasts a short period of time. After a month or two, you get used to the car. So you start to reflect, when was it the most enjoyable? Was it when you got the car? Was it 2 months into when you got the car? Or was it when you were working really hard every single day trying to achieve the goal to get that car? Now, I hate when people say, oh, celebrate the small wins, because when you celebrate the small wins, you're hindering your own progress. And I'm a victim of that, and I was a victim of that for a very long time. It's anytime I did the smallest progress and I was trying to give myself some type of motivational thing, like, oh, you did a good job, at least celebrate that. After the celebration, you kind of just fall back and you stop putting as much effort. You mentally think you have achieved the end goal, which you haven't. So having a small celebration in between, no. But I'm not saying don't enjoy the process. I think a lot of people mistake celebrating small wins and enjoying the process, and they think it's the same thing. When you celebrate the small wins, you're allowing yourself to relax when you shouldn't, because you haven't reached the end goal. Enjoying the process is a whole different thing. It's doing something that needs to be done, and it's very dislikable, because working every single day to save up for a car is not the best thing. It's not the same as getting the car, but the process of it, the being on the chase to get something that you want, that is what it's enjoyable, in my personal opinion. And if you're out there and you think completely otherwise, I mean, that's fine. You can think otherwise, but that's how I think, and I know that's how a lot of people think as well. So don't celebrate the small wins, because Kobe said, job is not finished, what is there to celebrate? In game 2 and in game 1, he was enjoying the path, because once he wins the finals, which he ended up winning, I'm pretty sure, in 2009, that the happiness of you winning the finals doesn't last as long. But the process, the practice, the waking up and sweating every single day to make sure you get to that point, that, I believe, probably was his most enjoyable part of life. Is the working towards something, the cutscene, the lonely moment that nobody sees, the 4 a.m. hustling, trying to figure out what to do with your life. Those moments is what counts. Why do you think a lot of millionaires, or a lot of billionaires even, are not happy in life? Because they achieved the goal they were set out to achieve. And once they reach it, they realize there wasn't much happiness in the goal itself. The happiness was along the way. I know these are cliche things to say, but once you do truly experience them in your own life, you start to understand that cliche words are facts. They're only cliche because they're overused over the smallest little thing. You get what I mean? Second quote. So I was watching the video of Alex Hormozi and Chris Williamson. It was an interview, and Alex Hormozi said something. He was explaining a story about him and his teacher back in high school that worked out with him every single day. And I'm not gonna explain the story, but the quote in it was, win so big that they will constantly compare themselves to you but you have completely forgotten about them. And the way how I interpreted that quote myself, and I think that's how he meant it, was win so big that they constantly think about you, but you don't even know they exist anymore. Win so big that you fruits of the tree you have trying to grow for so long become so huge that it's so hard to avoid looking at, but you have completely forgotten about them. I think a lot of people think success is the best revenge. In my personal opinion, success is the only revenge. It's the only way to prove somebody wrong. But to do something just to prove somebody wrong, like you have built this whole entire empire, this whole entire career, you have done amazing in life, and you've only done it because of one person that wronged you when you were in high school. Don't you think that's kind of stupid on your end? That you kind of subconsciously have to attribute your success to the one person that have wronged you in high school, and not to the fact that you have hustled really hard and sleepless night and all this blah 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 stuff that got you there in the first place. So that quote, in my personal opinion, was, don't worry about them. They have wronged you, they have made you who you are. So if you want a revenge, is that you're gonna win so big, not to rub it in their face, but you're gonna win so big to the point that you forgot about them, and they constantly compare themselves to you. They constantly think about the fact that you got where they want to be, but they haven't. They will constantly beat themselves because they thought they were the shit back in high school, and now you're the man when you're older, but you don't even care about them anymore. You get what I mean? I don't want to take this video too long. I want to keep it at 11 minutes, 12 minutes every single day, just so I don't overexhaust myself. I'm kind of happy of where this is going, and I should be doing this in the beginning of the video, but please, if you're watching this, please subscribe or leave a comment. That will help me put me in suggested in other people's video, and it'll help me grow. And I'm hoping that, again, I want to reiterate this goal so I don't forget. My goal in this channel is to help myself. These are notes, journal to myself, and also to be able to help one other person who thinks like me. And I'm hoping that I can find that one person who thinks like me so I can help them as well. So